That was me 7 years ago. There's a lot going on in this clip already. The clapping rubber gloved hands, the bottles of lotion, whatever it is I'm doing in the first place.
But we're going to talk about it all. What led to this being made, what happened to it after, and if you stick around, we're going to see if we can do it again.
This video has sat around 80,000 views since we posted it back in 2017. But before we get into Idiot Nosebleed, the 17-second hit YouTube video, we need to talk about the project that it was born out of.
Praise the demise of the king, the tale of a jester's rise to power.
I'm a jester, you're a king. This can't work.
Oh, no. One must be a jester before they can become a king.
Well, we're in film school and we had an assignment.
The assignment was to emulate a filmmaker. We did Stephen Chow.
And I think it was the first narrative film we were allowed to film.
And it was a film about hand modeling.
Tim was the master and Luke was the apprentice who was maybe a little too good.
And they get into an altercation of sorts. We were just riffing off of the energy that was in there, and Tim and Luke kind of get into this fight, like in the script, I think.
You get to this weird kind of tired, zany energy that could only compare to like staying up at 2 a.m. in a sleepover when you were a kid.
You just get to a point where you want to do something that's just going to make everyone laugh.
Yeah, Luke was trying to make his face go really red, and it was not planned, but he was like, I think it was Luke's idea. He was just like, this will be, like, I can do this. It'll be fine.
So funny. That's what he said.
And it made everyone laugh eventually.
Yes,
At the time, it didn't make everyone laugh.
Yes, I suggested it. I suggested that I make my face turn red.
With my pale complexion, it was something that I realized I could do as a kid and usually get a laugh, but I had never taken it this far before. I have the distinct memory of thinking to myself, once I could feel the blood start to escape my nose, keep going. This is going to be hilarious.
Did I push myself like that because doing ridiculous things on camera that I thought was funny was one of the few places that I felt truly confident about myself? I think the institutions that I came from actually shaped a lot of this behavior in me, whether intentionally or not.
Being in a community of young artists, things like overcompetitiveness, insecurity, and sometimes just desperation can run rampant if unchecked. It can lead to an overemphasis on the value of suffering for your art, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but it can lead to a lot of behavior that is destructive.
You know, is the important part being like completely true to the original thing, like, you know, in part, like in essence, but
I think you just want to come up with a good, foolproof recreation.
Yes.
Well, we want to do it how it's done in the video. I feel like you should just fall.
Some accuracy. But then why the fake blood?
You're right. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna pull it off. It's gonna be seamless.
Yeah.
We're gonna play them side by side. You're not gonna tell which is which.
I mean, the first 5 seconds, I was definitely thinking, this looks great and is hilarious. Which it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but he's making his face go super red, and then his nose starts bleeding.
Pretty much when you start seeing the blood, stop, start yelling. And it comes out, and it feels like Luke is just committing and doubling down, and just like not hearing us. But we've ruined the take. Like I'm certain at that point Luke is gone. He's not in the body. We don't realize. Like in the moment, it was just scared. Like, okay, we got it. That's good. You can. You don't have to stay tense. You can relax. But he's not giving up.
And then he just fully passed out like a tree hitting the ground. I thought we were basically an accessory to Luke's death.
Especially after the release and fall, literally my heart sank. Honestly, at that point in my life, one of the scariest things that had ever happened to me. Luke was on the ground, blood on his nose and mouth. And he was spasming a little bit. Yeah. And we were at Luke's house. His parents were upstairs. I thought I just witnessed a family's child die. Yeah. That was awful. Yeah.
Yeah. No, genuinely, I thought he was dead.
Okay, now I'm going to be reading an excerpt from my journal, the day of the incident, Tuesday, February 16th, 2016. Here we go. Spent all day on set for Adam's student film with Luke. It was a long day filled with bits and gags, and even a scare where Luke made himself pass out. One of the scariest moments of my life, but it was objectively hilarious. He was trying to make his face turn really red. Then his nose started to bleed, and we called out for him to stop, but he kept going, looking wild and crazy. Bug-eyed, he fell back completely. Adam ran over and called out to him. "Luke!" He was unresponsive, still a little motion. I was afraid he was having a seizure. His eyes were open, thick stream of blood pouring from his nose down his chest. I was worried he was dead. We would have had to wake up his parents and possibly call an ambulance. But he cheerfully popped back up out of nowhere. "What happened?" in quotes. I was still reeling with the fact that everything in my world had changed in a split second. My best friend was dead. I had already started to deal with it. I wanted to cry. It still feels weird. A whole bunch of emotions I feel. Alright, now here's an excerpt from the next day, Wednesday, February 17th, 2016. I might be overreacting with this whole Luke thing, because it's still so fresh, but it seemed like a very powerful moment. More powerful than when I saw that kid break his arm in parkour class, for numerous reasons. There was a lot of blood, first of all, as well as it seemed like it was our fault. I could have maybe tried to catch Luke, but he wasn't responding. When he hit the floor, I felt so powerless, terrified. I didn't know what to do. His parents were upstairs asleep, but there were no adults immediately around. I thought about his parents rushing down to find their boy in this state, possibly dead, their only child. How devastating it would have been, and they might have resented us for it. We were already inconveniencing them by occupying their house to film. That's one thing that scares me about growing up and becoming an adult. Like I'm supposed to know what to do in a situation like the one with Luke. I should have known better. I think what I'm getting at is like, I started questioning like how, what adults are supposed to know, and I guess that like you're just a big kid or something. I don't know.
My hope is that we can find anything that's green and sporty. That's kind of it. If we get number 32, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Short sleeve tops. Wait, over here. Tanks and t-shirts. I feel like that's going to be our best bet.
Yeah.
That's really close. And it's like years later.
Yeah.
You think he just threw out the original?
I don't think I foresaw myself recreating it 7 years later.
Like even the back, and then we just write 32.
Yeah. I think this is the one.
Yeah, that's a great headband.
It's only $1.99 too. A steal.
Do you how well do you remember what the original looks like?
It's a green shirt that's this color.
You look like Fred Flintstone. I don't know. It just feels like you do.
Yeah.
So why are we recreating this?
Oh, you tell me.
I don't know.
Why are we recreating this?
You know.
It's so dumb because like the way that we shot the movie, it's like we couldn't even if he didn't get hurt, we can't even use it. Couldn't even cut into the movie. There was nothing leading up to it or after it. Like it was all for, I don't know what it was all for.
The moment that I lost consciousness is right here. From this point on, everything is completely autopilot.
People often wonder what it is I'm doing exactly when I shriek and throw up my hands, and I believe I know the truth. As this was a fight scene, I believe that I was still channeling the scene and channeling my character by letting out one final war cry and throwing up my hands for proper self-defense. In other words, I think that I'm so good at acting, I can finish any scene whether I'm conscious or not.
Then he just got up and immediately was just like, can I see the footage? And was fine, and then laughed so hard, and then went and showed his dad for like half an hour.
Well, I remember when I heard about it, I was quite, my initial reaction was I was quite horrified. And then I found out that you did get it on film, and much to my relief, because I knew right away that that was gold, and you didn't want to lose a moment like that.
My initial gut reaction was it was fake. I was almost completely convinced it was fake, and knowing you guys, I went, that's funny, and then I moved on. And it was only after rewatching it that I realized this might be real. We showed the rough cut or whatever of the film, and then we were like explaining the story, and then people wanted to see it, and we were like, okay. And I literally remember like cowering in the corner, like I couldn't watch it.
I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are like, say, fans of like Jackass and stuff.
Yeah.
Who were similar to us, filmmaking with their friends, and probably wound up in like very perilous scenarios.
Yeah.
Which didn't always have a happy ending. So I feel grateful that we're still able to make stuff together.
That was the last time that we were like, oh, I'm just gonna do something wild to my body and that's gonna be funny. Like, we kind of saw the danger in that at that point.
I'm almost surprised that this incident happened to Luke. I think if anyone was going to get injured, I thought it was going to be me, because it was the eggs. I got set on fire for a film.
That. We were safe about the fire.
Oh, for
sure.
We
were right beside a pool.
Yeah, we were right beside a pool. Yeah.
For the record.
Yeah. It's that fun, almost Jackass mentality of, I'm with my friends, we're making a film. Let's go all the way. Let's make something that stands out and kicks ass.
It's so much energy to make a short film, and you're doing so much of it like we're doing it just ourselves. So we're already kind of in this mindset of like, I'm going to put in everything I can to make this film good. And if that means my body, I'm going to do that too.
I'd mostly be worried about you hitting your head on this.
How's that? How are you?
Oh my god.
It hurts. Like, the more painful it is, the better it looks. Like, that is...
Yeah, but I mean...
I'm not going to hurt myself.
Yeah.
It would be awful if we somehow killed you. Recreation. But a great documentary.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. It'd be a good end. And then it could be like Grizzly Man, like we watch the footage of Luke dying.
Yeah.
Oh. When we go like, no one should ever see this.
Yeah.
What? Oh. Show people.
So how are we getting this in my nose?
So now I had this clip, this beautiful, perfect clip, and I don't think I'm the only one who sees the beauty in it.
It's one of the most perfect and disturbing videos I have ever seen.
When's the last time you've seen it?
It's been a while.
Oh, I saw it yesterday.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
Oh my god, that is so dramatic.
It gets better every time.
No, I remember, I just didn't like it for the first, 4 years pretty well. And I still don't like it, to be honest. We're not on camera now, are we?
You are.
Oh. Well, that's my reaction. It's scary, and yeah.
Gets better every time.
The wah! Sound effect. Of course, the hard cut with the head thump. It just, some people call it YouTube haikus, like short videos that are beautiful moments captured on film, and this is one of them. Just like an extraordinary 17 seconds with so much action and sound.
It works in a couple perfect viral video tropes. One is not much context. You're jumping right, there's no explanation, you're jumping into the middle of something. Two is it starts off with a quick build up to excitement, and then big payoff, critical in a viral video, and then the too early cut, which is often underutilized in viral videos and can almost always make something fun.
There's a few points of complete accidental beauty that I'd like to point out, if I may.
Number 1, the painting behind me depicts 4 abstract faces with rather red complexions. This painting has been in my parents' house for as long as I can remember.
And I can't help but feel that a shot of me trying to match those faces visually, almost trying to blend in with the painting, depicts a young artist and his strive for legacy. A particular sort of legacy which may not be globally relevant, but personally formative.
Yeah, that looks straight. You really do look like you're a part of the painting.
Number 2. The last words heard in this video are "actually stop" from Adam. To me, it's one of the funniest parts of the clip.
Like myself, when the blood starts to come out of my nose, everyone around me is working from a place of complete gut instinct, and this includes Adam's plea, "actually," as if throwing "actually" before stop is gonna somehow reason with a man literally knocking himself out with the power of his own stupidity.
Lastly, the miraculous element of this video. You'll notice in the last frame, the moment where my body collapses. I land fully flat on my back.
But this could have been very different. If I had been literal inches further back from where I was, my head would have landed completely on that wall unit in the background. And I'm no doctor, but I don't think that would have been good.
I'm not a doctor. He had a nosebleed and then he fell on his head.
And would you recommend someone trying to do this again?
I wouldn't, but if they are going to do it again, I'd recommend that they wear a night guard to protect their teeth.
Yeah, obviously I don't want to push myself. Like, I don't want to make my face red really at all.
Yeah.
But like, I want to make it look like yeah. Okay, test 1. Yeah, now I'm scared of it. Just like, like.
Is there anything in there that could damage Luke's brain?
Can you get a tissue ready?
Yeah.
Yep. Wipe it off my. Yep.
Don't worry, Luke. There's nothing in there that could damage your brain.
Oh, it's almost there. Oh, yeah. What the hell?
Oh! Stop! No, stop. Actually, stop.
A little foamy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going in your mouth.
Oh no.
If we want to give up on it, feel free.
No. I'm down to keep experimenting. It's a video which proposes that life can change in any moment, and that stakes are high whether we know it or not.
Someday I believe universities will have classes and seminars devoted to the depth of Idiot Nosebleed.
I was reluctant to post it at first.
My primary job at the time was teaching kids and young adults martial arts. And it was important to me that I held on to at least a little bit of their respect. And I truly believed that if we posted the video, it would only be a matter of minutes, maybe hours, before Ellen's people would reach out to us. When we originally began releasing sketches on YouTube under Sidetracked Show, we thought we would use this perfect viral video as a way to help direct people to the content that we had spent years creating, hence that Sidetracked Show watermark in the bottom right corner. Tim suggested the title, Idiot Nosebleed, which he still hasn't apologized for. It didn't work perfectly, but the video itself managed to get quite a lot of views, largely thanks to what seems to be a Latin American forum called Corius.com. It felt incredible. 80,000 views? I didn't care that most of the comments were somewhat aggressive towards me. It was views.
We've made so many videos over the years, and that's the thing that's probably been seen more than anything. And there's something interesting about just like we spend so many hours making these like very crafted films, but like the kind of the funniest thing and the thing that's seen by most people, maybe that we'll ever do, is this like accidental idiot nosebleed that was like traumatic and whatever.
One of my most viewed videos I've ever posted is me hitting my head on a sign by accident. And that was the one that like got picked up in blogs, and all these other accounts are reposting it and people are sharing it with their grandma. But I couldn't recreate that. Or maybe I could, but I would need to fake it.
So, something like this. But we do also see a bit of the wall over there. That looks pretty much like what it is. Is that, and that's where the camera was?
Yes. It was right.
Yeah, that looks good.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's it.
Got the good.
Pretty immediately after it peaked, it plateaued. It was a complete flat line. I decided I would take it to Reddit and hope that the good people there would see what I saw in it and help resuscitate it. At this point, Sidetrack Show wasn't dead, but it wasn't a priority. We weren't making anything new for the channel. My efforts were no longer about helping other videos. All I wanted was for this perfect viral video to finally get the attention that it deserved. I posted it to r/fail, r/holdmybeer, r/no, r/white people gifts, r/win stupid prizes, and r/what could go wrong, all to varying levels of success. The dopamine was always great, but it was never quite enough. This video has felt like a ticket. This accident, this incident, this unintended byproduct of something completely different has felt like our ticket to the top, which is weird, but I think makes a lot of sense to anybody who spent at least a little bit amount of time on the internet. By making this documentary about a video I made 7 years ago, I realized that I am succumbing to my own inner attention addict that needs people, truly needs people to watch Idiot Nosebleed. If Reddit won't help me make it a huge success, then I'll just make a 20-minute video where I in detail outline what is so compelling about this thing, and that'll get people to watch it. And while all that is true, I am making this so that you will watch Idiot Nosebleed. I do think there's more to it than just that. What I often fear, as someone who puts in a lot of effort into making videos, and a lot of effort into trying to get people to watch those videos, is that getting people to watch the videos becomes the most important part. And I no longer care about the kind of engagement that people have with what we create. I think my attempts to get people to watch Idiot Nosebleed have basically just been me chirping on the internet and saying, like, hey, I made my nosebleed, and then I passed out. If you have 20 seconds, please just watch it, and you don't even have to like it. You can threaten to kill me. I don't care. Just please come watch the video. And a lot of people do come and watch it, and a lot of people do threaten to kill me, but I forget my point. But I hope that this larger thing, whatever it is, helps resist that a little bit and encourages a slightly more meaningful look at something that is really easy to just toss away and disregard as stupid viral content. So now, without further ado, I'm going to recreate the shot again. Why? Well, Tim and Adam have traumas, so this is gonna be my way to help give back to the community. God bless.
Why?
So I'm gonna put blood on my nose. I feel like I got one shot, you know? This crazy thing.
Yeah. Are you think you're more nervous than you were the day of?
Absolutely.
Alright. We are rolling. I am scared.
Yeah.
I believe right before I said, this will be hilarious, you absolutely should do this. Tim said, yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay.
You probably
I'm
will
ready.
die.
Here we go. Yeah.
Luke, get up! Get up, Luke! Luke!
Adam is gone.
Luke, he's not gone, he's alive. Luke, get up! Get up! Get up!
Whoa.
How'd that look? You filmed it? Let me just see. Is that funny? Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so funny. That is so funny. Holy shit.
Yeah, we're done.
Done what? No, I can do that again. Because I think maybe if we get a little bit longer of it, I'll just do it one more time. No what?
You're not doing that ever again.
Yeah, that was we're never shooting that another time.
Do you guys feel like you've closed a door, you know? Closed a chapter of your life, closed a, I don't know. Was that therapy?
I feel like we got as close to being able to do it ourselves without causing any more pain to Luke.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good to prove to the people who think it was fake that, I mean, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, I did think that we'd be able to make it look a little bit.
I thought we could do better than that.
Yeah, I feel like I messed up Millie Bobby Brown's instructions somewhere. Because, I mean, it worked. It's practical on Stranger Things.
It's the experience that counts. We got what we got. And, yeah.